last year. Why are you still talking about my sweet 16?
For me, Dad, I still have 4 more years till I turn 16.
Hold on, girls. I'm not referring to your birthdays, okay? I'm just excited that PH Williams and Company's Super Sweet 16 sale is back after 6 long years. You see, construction costs high. And thanks to that deal, I get to save a lot of money that I can put towards your education and birthday parties. You've asked for it. Now you've got it. From February 9 to March 6, enjoy 16% discount on any quantity of sand, aggregate, and concrete blocks. Not quite ready for delivery? No problem. You've got up to November 30. Just pay for your items within the promotional period, February 9 to March 6. Visit PH Williams and Company Limited at Rockaway Canefield. Telephone 449-1112, 449-1251, 275-0636. Conditions apply.
Lafales Medical Laboratory, my preferred choice for professional and confidential medical laboratory services. Lafales provides results for all medical tests. If it can't be done there, they will facilitate it through their international partners. Their main office in Roseau is open from 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mondays to Fridays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Home visits and emergency services are also available. Call 448-0100, WhatsApp 276-5213 or visit any of their other locations. Picard in Portsmouth, Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Marigot, Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Or Grand Bay, every first and third Thursday, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Lafales Medical Laboratory, my choice, your choice, our choice.
Fair and balanced, unbiased and clear, concise and accurate. This is the DBS Evening News. Here now is your presenter with the headlines.
What a very special good evening. My name is Kittis Matthew. The police issue a stern warning to revelers ahead of the 2 days of street jump-up next week. U.S. tariff threat on oil suppliers deepens Cuba's economic crisis. And news from the international scene, Donald Trump urges Ukraine's president to get moving on potential deal with Russia. Details of the evening news right after this.
Flow makes your next phone upgrade easy. Add postpaid to your internet plan and score a Samsung Galaxy for as low as $33 a month. It's the smartest way to an interest-free premium phone upgrade. Don't let anything stand between you and that new phone feeling. Step into your upgrade with confidence. Visit us in store and sign up today. We keep your rhythm flowing. Terms and conditions apply.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Evening News. Deputy Police Chief Jeffrey James has issued a stern warning to revelers ahead of the carnival celebration, urging the public to conduct themselves in an orderly and responsible manner. James made it clear that law enforcement will adopt a zero-tolerance approach to any acts of violence or criminal behavior during the festivities.
I appeal to all revelers to conduct themselves in an orderly manner. Anyone who infringes or commits any offenses during the carnival will be arrested and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. There will be zero tolerance for anyone who intends to use carnival to commit acts of violence or crime. Let me assure the public that the officers and other ranks of the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force will be deployed in greater numbers and have been mandated to be professional but firm in discharging their functions. I call upon the public to continue to cooperate fully with the police on the carnival days.
And that's the Deputy Police Chief Jeffrey James. Meanwhile, James issued a firm reminder that strict legal regulations will govern the 2026 carnival celebration across the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Section 5.1 of the order speaks to the prohibition of noisy instrument in a public place before 4 a.m. and after 11 p.m. on Monday, February 16, 2026. So in other words, there must be no noise or music or etc. before 4 a.m. and after 11 p.m. on the said day, Monday 16th of February 2026. We'll go to Tuesday now. So there must be no noise or instruments or before 8 a.m. and after 10 p.m. on Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. So it's clear when the music must end and when it must stop. It's clear on both days. Revelers who intend to wear masks should have registered with the Dominica Festival Committee and would have obtained a registration number tag which must be visible. It continues, notwithstanding, no person shall wear a mask before 8 a.m. and after 6 p.m. More on the order in terms of offenses that are created by virtue of the order. It shall be an offense for anyone to carry any lighted torch or be armed with any weapon. That is SOP. You cannot be with any weapon, knife, and ice pick, cutlass, etc. Not during the carnival, at the carnival route. It is SOP. It is common practice. You cannot have a weapon and you're in the carnival route. And obviously, you'll be arrested and swiftly taken away to be dealt with according to law.
And that's the Deputy Police Chief, Jeffrey James. Other news this evening, the organizers of Kittis Carnival on Sunday say there will be changes to the route this year. Kittis Carnival is organized by JCI Dominica.
Join us for a parade beginning at Bayfront from 12 p.m. And then we will proceed to Carnival City, Windsor's Park Sports Stadium, where activities will start from 3 p.m. Join us for a color, creative, and fun-filled event. No costumes are provided, but parents are encouraged to dress their children in outfits that fit the theme. You know what? Children are welcome no matter what you wear. We have on the parade 3 different zones: the Butterfly Grove or dry zone, the Emerald Plunge or wet zone, and the Sparkle Garden or powder zone. Come join us in these celebrations. Parents, don't forget to bring a change of clothes and a rag. Things can get messy.
Parents, we have heard you. Alas, we heard our children also. So our route is much longer. Children will be a parade along the following route. We proceed along the Bayfront, then we turn onto King George V Street, turn onto Great George Street, turn onto Kennedy Avenue, and proceed where the live action continues at the Windsor Sports Stadium. Now, I know we're crying about the prices, but it's just a little $35 for the kids. And parents, don't worry, we did not forget you all. $50 for all you. $50 for all you. Our children packages include, they get a nice goodie bag, and they get a complimentary lunch, and much more goodies. And of course, there will be no alcohol on the route, and no alcohol sold in the stadium.
And that's Orinthia St. Rose and Nawana Shillingford of JCI Dominica. Kittis Carnival set for Sunday at 12 o'clock. The Chief Executive Officer of Discover Dominica Authority and Director of Tourism, Marva Williams, says Mas Dominic continues to serve as a powerful blend of cultural heritage and economic opportunity for Dominica. Williams describes Mas Dominic as culture in motion and commerce in action, noting that current tourism indicators are encouraging as the island prepares for a high-activity carnival weekend.
Accommodation providers are reporting strong occupancy levels, particularly from regional Caribbean markets and the diaspora. Air access continues to support steady inbound traffic, and stakeholders across the tourism value chain are positioned for a high-activity weekend. This momentum reinforces Carnival's role in supporting livelihoods and generating economic circulation at community level. Tourism remains a significant contributor to national development, and events such as Mass Dominic play an important role in sustaining that performance. Carnival creates opportunities for entrepreneurs, creatives, promoters, vendors, designers, and service providers. It drives repeat visitation and strengthens destination loyalty. For many small operators, this period represents a meaningful share of annual revenue. From a brand perspective, Mass Dominic positions Dominica as a culture-forward Caribbean destination. It highlights our music, fashion, creativity, and energy in a way that is distinct and recognizable. Visitors are not simply attending an event. They are participating in a uniquely Dominican experience.
And that's the Chief Executive Officer of Discover Dominica Authority and Director of Tourism, Marva Williams. The contribution of national broadcaster DBS Radio to development has been recognized by a preschool in Dominica. The L'Etoile du Matin Preschool or Morning Star Preschool presented an antique radio to DBS manager Cecil Joseph on World Radio Day today.
Today is World Radio Day, the 13th of February, and L'Etoile du Matin, that's the Morning Star Preschool. We look at that type of communication service as the top way of communicating through the country and through every home. And today, we take the time to give out small token to DBS radio station for all what they have been doing throughout the years. As you notice, the radio is an antique radio, and that represents the root of DBS that has been there from time, serving, bringing connection to every home. And even behind the radio, linking people across borders and strengthening community ties with value, empathy, hope, resilience, inclusivity, and innovation. World Radio Day. So on behalf of L'Etoile du Matin, the Morning Star Preschool, and myself, Miss Georgette Diravere, the principal and founder of the school, we want to give this to Mr. Cecil Joseph on behalf of DBS radio station.
Meantime, DBS's manager Cecil Joseph said the gesture by the preschool is significant.
You said it is a small token, but from big hearts, the children and the school. And DBS Radio, as everyone knows, we are about communication. We are about motivation. We are about leading the way in ensuring that we frame and shape generations.
Yes.
If our radio station can already help in shaping the minds of these young children, we are very appreciative of the fact that we can be given this small token with these huge hearts. And so on behalf of management, staff, and the board of directors of DBS Radio, we would like to say thank you on this special day as you have awarded us this special token.
And that's the manager of DBS Radio, Cecil Joseph. The chairman of the Caribbean Community CARICOM, Prime Minister Terence Drew, says the community is responding appropriately to concerns abroad about the CBI programs. The US and EU have both raised concerns about the program. Dr. Drew says the new regulatory body established by member states operating the CBI program is a clear sign that the region is cooperating to ensure deficiencies within the program are cleared.
Well, basically, I know the CBI program, there's scrutiny from time to time from our international partners locally and regionally and so forth. But I think that we are responding appropriately. For example, we have all signed on to a regulatory body. We are, what I would say, formulating our CBI so that they can be equal across the region. And whatever issues need to be addressed, we'll address them as a region. Again, that regional approach is critically important for the survival of the program so that all of us can continue to benefit. Look at what CBI has done for Dominica. I mean, one cannot doubt that. Look at what it has done for St. Kitts and Nevis. And I think there's a great room to address whatever needs to be addressed, and at the same time making sure that the program continues to be viable and continues to deliver for the people of the region. But we are mindful that the regulatory body will do things to make sure that our international partners see that we are serious about whatever needs to be done, and we will do what is necessary.
And that's the CARICOM chairman, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew. He met Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit in Roseau earlier this week. Minister for Education Octavia Alfred has called on students to exercise responsible behavior during the festive season. The Education Minister says students must avoid illegal drugs and they should pay attention to the foods and drink they consume.
As we move into the real mass 2026 in Dominica, the Ministry of Education continues to caution our young people and all our students, encouraging you to exhibit responsible self-management and behavior. Be careful where you go and with whom you go. Be careful what you eat, what you drink, and from whom you eat and drink. Don't carry weapons. Avoid confrontation. Move with people you trust. Avoid all dark places. Get your drinks yourself. Avoid taking drinks that are opened from other people. Avoid all illegal drugs. Exercise responsible sexual behavior. Do not consume alcohol, since this may affect your judgment and cause you to do things that you would not normally do. In summary, don't do anything of which you will be ashamed or embarrassed on Ash Wednesday. I believe in you, and I am counting on you to stay safe in every way.
And that's the Minister responsible for Education, Octavia Alfred. The news continues right after this.
Flow makes your next phone upgrade easy. Add postpaid to your internet plan and score a Samsung Galaxy for as low as $33 a month. It's the smartest way to an interest-free premium phone upgrade. Don't let anything stand between you and that new phone feeling. Step into your upgrade with confidence. Visit us in store and sign up today. We keep your rhythm flowing. Terms and conditions apply.
DBS News.
In news from the region this evening, U.S. President Donald Trump's threat to impose tariffs on countries that send oil to Cuba could accelerate the collapse of an economy already reeling from the end of Venezuela's crude imports, and that's according to analysts. An executive order issued by the White House on January 29 states that the policies, practices, and actions of the government of Cuba constitute an unusual and extraordinary threat to the U.S. and includes the possibility of levying tariffs on exporters of oil to the island. In the wake of the order, the Mexican president suspended oil shipments to Cuba. Finally, this evening, the U.S. President Donald Trump on Friday urged his Ukrainian counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky to move swiftly in negotiations with Russia. Russia and Ukraine held 2 rounds of U.S.-mediated peace talks in Abu Dhabi, the capital of the United Arab Emirates, in January and earlier this month. As a result, they agreed to the first exchange of war prisoners in 5 months. The Kremlin said today that the next round of peace talks between Russia and Ukraine will take place on the 17th to the 18th of February in Geneva, Switzerland. It is 19 minutes after 6 o'clock. That's news. The sports report comes up shortly.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Flow makes your next phone upgrade easy. Add postpaid to your internet plan and score a Samsung Galaxy for as low as $33 a month. It's the smartest way to an interest-free premium phone upgrade. Don't let anything stand between you and that new phone feeling. Step into your upgrade with confidence. Visit us in store and sign up today. We keep your rhythm flowing. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's begin the sports report with news that students of the Dominica State College will be engaged in the next phase of the installation of the lights at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. The students of the electrical and mechanical classes got a detailed tour of the ongoing works today. Project manager, in fact the project contractor, Rajneesh Walia of Prabha International Inc. says the students will assist with the electrical installation works.
We work every day, day, night, rain, shine, it doesn't matter. We work. So anyone who is still thinking about rainy day, holiday, none of that happens here. And we're going to need at least 10 to 12 people with good electrical knowledge and good hands. I'm a mechanical as well, so you see there is so much mechanical work and so much electrical work, and it's all intertwined. So this will give you an amazing experience. You work on the project, this goes on your resume before you even graduate from your college.
And that's the project contractor Rajneesh Walia of Prabha International Inc. He expects the entire project to be completed by the end of March.
So we are expected to finish the project by the end of March, as we mentioned. Obviously, days like yesterday and today, the wind is very high. We can't lift. So we have technical problems with that. It's dangerous to lift. So we are trying to finish as quickly as possible. We don't have dull days here. So there's always something going on. Like you see, this place is humming everywhere. So we're trying to expedite this and finish it as quickly as possible. And hopefully we will have the lights and then have cricket here and in a few months' time.
Well, some of the students of the State College told DBS Sports they can't wait to get started.
I want to say thank you for the persons who are working here at the Windsor Park Stadium for inviting the electrical and mechanical students. I think that this was a very educational experience, and we got a number of opportunities to further into our career, and I just want to say thank you so much because of that.
Okay, so on behalf of both the mechanical and electrical engineering class, I would like to thank the company that invited us here today to show us basically the ropes around the stadium project. A special thanks to the contractor, and yeah, thank you on behalf of the SE.
Students of the Dominica State College. Meanwhile, Minister of State in the Ministry of Sports, Senator Oscar George, says he's excited with the involvement of the students in the project.
It was a very good engagement, I must confess. What we have indicated before is that we want to build the necessary capacity among the youth to be able to oversee, manage, and maintain the system if needs be. So I'm happy that they were there first. They accepted our invitation to be here. I want to commend the leadership of the college for allowing the students time off to be here with us. But I think it was an important engagement for us. As it relates to the project itself, I think we're advancing nicely. As you can see, the poles are being connected together. I can see that as of now, all the fittings and lighting are on island. Every single thing we need to complete the project is on island. So now it's all a matter of the contractor moving ahead, connecting the poles and installing and erecting the poles in the respective areas. So we are looking good. As indicated by the contractor, sometime in March, we should be able to complete the entire project. So I'm really happy for this.
And that's the Minister of State in the Ministry of Sports, Senator Oscar George. Some cricket news now. Zimbabwe batsman Brian Bennett says while they're happy with the start, they won't be getting too far ahead of themselves as they look to push for the Super 8s of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. His comments after Zimbabwe pulled off a stunning upset as they beat Australia today. Zimbabwe batted first. They made a surprising 169 for 2 in their 20 overs. Brian Bennett got 64. Shikanda Raza 25 not out. Australia chasing 170. They were bowled for 146. Matt Renshaw got 65. Blessing Muzarabani picked up a career best 4 for 17. Zimbabwe won by 28 runs to pick up their second win in a row in the tournament.
It's a huge win for us as Zimbabwe, not only as us as the players, but also as a country. I mean, those fans came all the way from Zimbabwe. They've spent a lot of money to get here, and we're just grateful for what they've done for the last 2 games. And also to the fans back home, we always hear their messages, hear their support. So to go and do that out today was pretty special for everyone. Yeah, definitely. I think it's obviously a great start to get 2 out of 2 wins this tournament. I think obviously we've got 2 more games left in the pool matches. I think, yeah, definitely just need to go back to the drawing board, not to get too far ahead of ourselves. Still got 2 big games to play, and hopefully we can come out on top of those as well. We've got Sri Lanka and Ireland next 2 games. Like I said, we'll go back to the drawing board, go back to our processes, go back to our planning, and you never know, T20 cricket is a funny game, anything can happen.
Zimbabwe batsman Brian Bennett. In other results today, the United Arab Emirates took down Canada, beating them by 5 wickets. Canada posted 150 for 7, batting first. The United Arab Emirates replied with 151 for 5 in 19.4 overs. And the United States registered its first win as they beat the Netherlands. In related news from the World Cup, the West Indies captain Shea Hope has hailed Shafane Rutherford as special and says the stats don't do justice to his natural talent. Rutherford hit an unbeaten half-century, leading the West Indies to a win over England this week.
You can just watch him and see how special he is. But sometimes we got to throw stats out the window every now and again. You know, you can just look at a player and see what impact he has on a team. If you can ask any bowler in world cricket, if they see Shafane Rutherford at the next end, they're going to always feel as though they're under pressure. So that in itself speaks for itself. So I don't think we necessarily need to focus too much on the stats. I'm sure that they'll improve over the next few years because he's a quality player. Like I said before, I'm just happy to see him getting the success that he truly deserves because he's been playing really well, he's been training hard, and it's only a matter of time before the consistency comes. So happy for him.
And that's the West Indies captain Shea Hope. The West Indies have won their first 2 matches. They will play Nepal Sunday as they look to continue to advance in the tournament. The World Cup continues tomorrow with Ireland taking on Oman, England playing Scotland, and New Zealand against South Africa. DFA President Glenn Etienne says changes are coming to the format of the DFA Division 1 League. Etienne says a 2-tier system will be introduced in order to make the league more competitive. He says plans are to implement the new format for the 2026 football season.
What you're going to see in the Division 1 league, we're looking at some changes because we have 22 teams in that league. We figure it's too many teams in that league. So we'll have a Division 1 and then have a Division 2. So the top 10 teams will stay in the Division 1 and the remainder of the other teams will go down in Division 2. We will still have that relegation promotion system to create competition among all 3 leagues, but I think the 22 teams was too much in one division, so that even helped us in a lot of postponement of games. It makes the league a little bit more tardy, slack. So, you know, you want the better teams in a higher league, and then persons have the relegation promotion system that they can move up and down.
So would the same apply for the women's league as well? Or?
The women's league, we are still on the drawing board, you know. So we were, well, looking at having some similar stuff like that, but some persons, so we want to bring in the women's leaders that they can at least tell us what they think is best for them.
And that's the president of the Dominica Football Association, Glenn Etienne. Meanwhile, the DFA president has expressed his frustration with the delay in completing the women's tournament. He says stricter measures will be put in place at the start of next season.
Well, we are always concerned and we look at ways we can mitigate against this, you know, but it's always a challenge. And I don't think it's just a challenge in Dominica. I think in the smaller islands, because when I talk to the other presidents, they have this similar challenges. We have to find ways to help, if you want to say it that way, these ladies in terms of coming to the games, because the numbers, yeah, some of the teams, they get 12 and 10, and that can be discouraging. But persons must not see women's football as a winning game. Yeah, we all want to win, but it's a development, you know, and I'm saying that for the coaches because too many times we see the coaches and them, they're not aggressive enough in that line. So we're hoping that they will understand it that way. I mean, we're going to have a meeting with even the women's, the leaders, that to interact with them so they can give us some suggestion and we can give them some of our suggestions. But it's not something that we have put on the back burner at all. So what we have to do at the FA is how we manage the women's league. And what have happened in the past that have dragged down the league into 2026, we are postponing a lot of games, and I don't think it's good for football. In 2026 this year, we'll have limited postponement of games. We're not saying that persons shouldn't have other activities, but some of the activities coincide with football, and we have to make certain decisions that we need to have this game played.
And that's the DFA President Glenn Etienne. Etienne expressing his frustration with the delay in completing the women's tournament. He's adding that stricter measures will be put in place at the start of the next season. That too is a look at the DBS Evening News and Sports. Joseph Fadul, let's welcome all visitors to Dominica. We are seeing many people in Dominica this time. So if you're a visitor to Dominica and you're about to come to Dominica, we wish you well. We welcome you to Dominica, and we are happy that you are here. Let's also remind the listeners, Joseph Fadul, tomorrow night from 8 o'clock, we bring you the Grand Calypso Finals. Our team of broadcasters will be on site to bring you commentaries. 9 go up against the Monarch, Joy. The big Calypso Finals will begin at 8:30 tomorrow night at the Windsor Park Stadium. And what a finals, Joseph Fadul, this one will be. Joy is the reigning Monarch. 9 competitors will go after her. We'll see what happens, but DBS will be there live to bring you commentaries. On behalf of the news and sports departments and our link person, Joseph Fadul, Curtis Matthew saying good night.
Flow makes your next phone upgrade easy. Add postpaid to your internet plan and score a Samsung Galaxy for as low as $33 a month. It's the smartest way to an interest-free premium phone upgrade. Don't let anything stand between you and that new phone feeling. Step into your upgrade with confidence. Visit us in store and sign up today. We keep your rhythm flowing. Terms and conditions apply.
Community Bulletin Board.
Good evening and welcome to this evening's edition of the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board. We head straight into the general announcements and what's on this evening's edition of the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board. The Dominica Electricity Services Limited DOMLEC invites interested, eligible and qualified technical professionals to submit an expression of interest or EOI for provision of general maintenance works, repairs and construction services for its properties. The purpose of this request is to identify and pre-qualify a pool of contractors who specialize in general maintenance works. Select contractors will be added to DOMLEC's bid list and invited to participate in its Contract Safety Program 2026. To request the expression of interest or EOI document, please email DOMLEC Facilities. The email is as follows: gemma.proctor, gemma.proctor at domlec.dm with the subject line request for expression of interest. All documents must be submitted to the same email no later than 4 p.m. Friday, the 27th of February, 2026. Also on this edition of the Community Bulletin Board, we have these.
Carnival is Calypso. Calypso is love. Dominica, get ready. It's the Grand Calypso Finals, Saturday, February 14th, 2026. We're at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium from 8:30 p.m. Grab your tickets at Bullseye Pharmacy, Deepex Corner Lab, and at the Calypso House. Get ready for names to be Joy, Daddy Chess, JD, Nashel, Abia Israel, Caressa, Reds, Tasha P, Bob, Checker, Get your early bird tickets online, $80. General standing $100, general sitting $150, elevated sitting $250, and party VIP for $250. It's the Grand Calypso Finals, February 14th, 8:40 p.m. Windsor Park Sports Stadium. Our guest artists Observer, Mystery, Webb, Calvert P, Trendsetter, and everything will be nice in a booyah style. It's the Calypso Finals, February 14th, 2026, 8:40 p.m. See you at the Grand Finals, February 14th, 8:40 p.m. You got to be.
Hey yo, it's all about the Big Dimash Graftet, Sunday 15 February 2026, 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. Juve at the Fort Young Hotel. Come see the legendary swinging stars, Tasha P, Daddy Chess. Only $80 in advance, $100 at the gate. It's the Dimash Graftet, Sunday 15 February at Fort Young Hotel. Miss it, regret it. Bring your family, bring your friends, bring your dog and come.
Lafales Carnival Organization, LPCO, proudly presents Lafales Carnival.